Welcome. We are gathered here to celebrate the marriage of Nina Arshaguni and Matt Pugmire. What a happy occasion this is. I am Mary Papazian, Nina's aunt, and I'm honored to have been asked to officiate the marriage celebration this evening. When Nina and Matt asked me, I immediately said yes, even though I have to admit, and I told them, I had never done this before. But they had confidence and they said, no, 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 we want you there. So I said, of course. So Nina and Matt, thank you for allowing me to play a special role in your special day. We have a wonderful gathering of friends and family here tonight for Matt and Nina. Some of you have traveled from as close as San Francisco and San Jose, and others from across the country, from Minnesota, Massachusetts, New York, Washington, Pennsylvania, Iowa, and even across the pond from London. Your presence this evening means a great deal to Nina and Matt, whose only wish was to be surrounded by those who they love. Each of you, in your own way, has made that possible. Matt and Nina also want to express their deep appreciation and love to their parents, Tim and Gail Pugmire, and Robert and Manya Arshaguni, for their love and support as they begin life's journey together. I also want to take a moment to remember two very special people in Nina and Matt's life: Nina's grandmother, Marilyn Arshaguni, and her uncle and godfather, Viken Gulvartian, who we lost in one difficult week this past February. Nina and Matt remember her grandmother, my mother, as an extraordinarily loving person with the warmest hugs, who was a teacher extraordinaire, a thoughtful listener, a person of strength and empathy. She was so proud of Nina and had looked forward to her marriage to Matt with great joy. I believe, Nina and Matt, that she is here smiling down on you both and sending you her blessings for a long life of joy in small pleasures, happiness in each other, ongoing curiosity about the world, and love of adventure. And Nina's Uncle Viken, who was always present in her life, a lover of arts and ideas, who ensured that Matt became a naturalized Armenian from the very beginning. You don't know what that means yet, but you'll find out. I am told that Viken taught Matt how to make Armenian coffee on one of their first visits together, and that Matt, in fact, was his prize pupil. For those of you who don't know, we Armenians bond over coffee and sometimes a little cognac. Nina and Matt, I know your Kevi also is watching down on our ceremony tonight, hoping to have a chance, wishing that he could offer you his advice and counsel, of which he is legendary. You truly are showered in love of those here and those above watching down on you. So how did we get to this moment? We know there was a great deal of planning, but that was only the last step. Nina, a product of Los Angeles, and Matt of Minnesota, stand ready here today to begin their lives together. Most of you know the story. In 2010, 6 years ago, with a year left before finishing college, Matt decided to spend a summer in California. He gave his parents a couple of hours' notice. Well done, Matt. A couple of hours. Before getting into a car with relative strangers and driving 36 hours straight to California. As Matt tells it, well, he loved Minnesota, what his mom Gail calls where they lived a quiet existence. He was eager to experience life in a large, vibrant, eclectic, and diverse city, Los Angeles. According to Gail, Matt was always the adventurer of the family, always looking for new experiences. In Los Angeles, he eventually landed an internship at a small studio called Carton Design, where Nina was working at the time. He started work on July 4th, and just a few days later, on July 9th, they met. And the rest, as they say, is history. When I asked Nina and Matt what attracted them to each other, their responses reveal a little about what they came to value in each other. For Matt, he felt somewhat out of his element when he first arrived in Los Angeles, but he had a hunger to see the world and meet different kinds of people. When he met Matt that first day at the water cooler, it sounds like a made-for-movie TV. He was, in his words, just blown away by the way she carried herself, her warmth, her confidence, her smile, and her energy. And while he didn't know where this would take him, he knew he couldn't let her go. For Nina, Matt was authentic from the start. He had come out to Los Angeles with very little, but he never pretended he was anything from who he was. He was true to himself, and yet open-minded, wanting to learn and try new things. And reflecting qualities that he clearly learned from his parents, he was always principled. There was something she just couldn't define, but she knew he was different from anyone she had met before. Sounds like a love story in the making. But the timing just wasn't right. Matt still had a year left in college, and so he left at the end of the summer to return to Minnesota to complete school. Neither had been in a long-distance relationship before, so they weren't quite sure how to make it work. Phone calls from afar didn't quite feel the same as star-filled evenings in Los Angeles, but they were determined to try. And so Nina, the Southern California girl, visited St. Paul 3 times, even in the depths of winter. And Matt, the upper Midwestern boy, spent a green Christmas break in Los Angeles. And then he graduated. And I have to say, as a university president, I always love it when our students graduate. So congratulations, Matt. And graduation is a day for celebration, and that was a time to celebrate Matt's accomplishments and hard work in his design program. Nina, already the graduate, was there to celebrate with him. But it turned out to be a tough day for Mom and Dad, and especially Mom. When following graduation, and I mean immediately following graduation, Matt and Nina loaded Grandma Evelyn's car. And Nina had had the pleasure of getting to know her before she passed 3 years ago, and they drove to California. They moved to San Francisco 5 years ago, and here we are today. Matt and Nina, know that though both sets of your parents miss having you near them very much, both are happy for you and for the joy and love you have found in each other. They only hope that you will stay connected to them, to each other, to all your friends and family. Visit often, forever feel the joy and love that you feel today, and that you will always respect each other and bring out the best in each other. One of the things you have learned is that there is wisdom in life's experiences, and to give voice to that wisdom, I am now pleased to invite Nina's grandmother, Sonia Gulvartian, to offer her thoughts on today's celebration.
Hello. Months before, Nina said to me, "Nan, I want you to say a few words." I said, "I'm not in the mood." She said, no, I want you. After giving some thought, I said, "I will, but it will be in Armenian." She said, I know, I understand. We'll get there." Nina, go Costco? When Nina and Liana were small children, kids, 4 of us be in the car. Hayali bir isteyesi. Orta, no. Ուրեմն Նինան եւ Դիանան երբ փոքր էին, մենք չորսերս շատ արիտներով օթոյի մեջ կգտնվեինք։ Չորսը ցեցելով Մանյա, Նինա, Դիանա, Սոնյա։ Ուրեմն այդ մեկ արիտով ես Մանյային փամաս չեմ իջել։ Ասեք լակ սանդարյալ։ Եվ սի օդար լեզվովը անա չեմ իջել որը։ Նինան արդուն է, սա նենասա, թում քանի լեզ ու խոսից, ասի որ երկու ջանի կամրե, խոսի, կիշ է, ասի արապեր է, որոպեր արապական երգիզներ է, ուսում ուսոն արեր է, արապերենը շատ դժվար լեզու է, որովհետև խոսածը, քրածետ, գարտացածետ, բոլորովին դարբեր է, դժվար լեզու է, հայ աշակերտներուն ամեն է տգարնիշ արապերեն է, բայց պախուս չկա, երկրին լեզուն է, պիտի սորվից։ Երկրորդը սիֆրանսերը, իմ բոլոր դեպոտներն սրճանին, այդ երգիրը, արաբական երգիրները, ֆրանսական հովանիին դակներ, under French mandate։ Ուրեմն շատ խիստ էին, նույնիսկ ըսպոսանքներուն, եթե ըսկային, որ ֆրանսերեն չեք խոսիր, սինյալ գուդային, որը ադիգա սև գետ է, եղավ երկու։ Դերը սի թրկերը, նե, դու թուրք ես սա։ Վավ, ասի սի թորոցի չեսա, չենեն ուկա։ Ասի որ ջանի, մեր ծնոտները, old country են, երբ որ կովկովի կան, թրկերեն գխոսի։ Մեր հետը դունը, եղբորոս, և ինվերնս, պացարտակ թրկերեն չէին խոսեր։ Բայց մենք իրենց մեջն ենք, լսելով, ուրեման, գահասկնանք, և գխոսինք, եղավ երեք։ Ասի չորոցը, հայերենն է, շոտ մեր մայրենի լեզուն է, գսիրենք, կպահպանենք, գչանակ մաքուր խոսիլ, առանց աղավաղված պարել։ Եղավ։ Վերջը, ասի ակլեր, մոսիր ակլերենը, գնացրել ադիգա, ըրեք եկար, ըրեք ջիշտ ասա, մոսիր ակլերենը, ասի ինչս հելեք գիտեք, ասի սել է որ, խոսած ակլերենը չունում է։ Եթե այդ բոլոր օդար լեզուներուն, էքսպտները, ֆրազերը accumulate each other, cacophony to speak. Nina was best. If you got all, think that fathers know best. No. Nina knows best. Nina knows best. You know nothing. Ուրեմն ուրիշ պատմություն մոբիտեմ, որ ինքը մաթմատիկից ինքներևս մորցած է, բայց ես չեմ մորցած։ Հայ սկուլ է, սինյոր է։ Ամիսը ապրիլ ամիսն է, և ամեն մարդ գիտե, մենք հայերս բոլորս ապրիլ ամիսը ինչ լավ նշանակություն ունի մեզի համար։ Հայերեն է բահն է, ուսուցիչը դասարան գուկա, այդ օրվա ծրագիրը ինչ որ է, կխոսի, գնե, կփացատրե ամեն ինչը։ Վերջը հանգարտ, գսե, ես կզավարաններ հայ մայրերը, դագավեն իրենց մորմեն, մեկ ծորբեն, սորված, թքերեն պարերը գողտակորձե, ներ հայ ընդանիքներն ներս, մեր ջաշերուն անունները, պանչարեղները, բոլորները, նինա ծերկը վերցնեմ, ես լիցկը կիդեմ, ես պատույտը կիդեմ, ես աղթանը կիդեմ, բրիշե, հա, և գշարը եդևեն, պանչարեղներուն անունները, գանգարը, շոմինը, ջագնթեղը, ըսեպտինը, գհամբրե, ուսուցիչը գսե, տոնս բոլորը կիլեց գսե, այո, Immenise ամենօրվա կործանած պարերն է, ես ալ իր մեր լսելով սորվեր է, this is Nina, իշեր, oh my God, չես իշեր, ուրախության եղալ ինձի, նեմ, կեզի բիդի մատնեմ, բիդի ուրախանար, և ասի մատնեմ ինձ, նոքել ես, վաու,
What we learned was that Nina knows best and that Grandma has a lot of wisdom to teach in 4 languages. I was going to say your words in our ancient Armenian language, but only part of that is true. But still, let me just call to it that this really grounds us in a tradition. It grounds Nina and Matt in a tradition that is centuries old, one that has survived against all odds. Some of you were able to join Matt and Nina yesterday at Holy Martyrs Armenian Apostolic Church, where they received the sacrament of holy matrimony from Father Rosmi Kachadurian in the tradition of the Armenian Church, the oldest national Christian church in the world. Matt and Nina chose to participate in the Armenian sacrament of marriage, and yesterday received God's grace and blessings as they start their life together. The marital commitment of two people is more than a commitment to love one another for life. Family and friends, all of you today are involved as the people of God to witness their vows. We need one another, our friends and our family, the inspiration and support of our faith and the church as the field where the seeds of our commitment will blossom and grow. I had the pleasure to speak with both Nina and Matt about their love for each other and their hope for the future. I am confident that they are ready to embark on a life of love and respect, truly living God's values in their lives, grounded by the profound meaning of an ancient tradition. Both Matt and Nina are blessed with parents and grandparents who have lived long, rich lives in marriages founded on mutual love and respect. But long lives and long marriages don't happen easily or always. They take a great deal of work, love, and respect. And Nina and Matt know that everyone here and those closest to you, from your parents to your siblings and family members to all of your friends, see the love that you have in each other. Everyone here sees that Matt, you bring calm and steadiness to Nina's enthusiasm. And that Nina, you bring energy and life to Matt's reflections. Our hope is that you will always see these contrasting characteristics as strengths. And those of us who have been married a long time know that the very things we love in our partners can sometimes be the most challenging. But challenges can be overcome and this is the important point, sources of creativity. If you respect each other and remember the love that brought you here today, in front of your friends and your family as witnesses, to share your vows for a long life together. Matt, we knew you had become part of our family when you dropped everything to be with us this past February. Your grace that week and your love together has made you stronger. You have both been through challenge and loss already, and it has made you stronger. You have been forged into one, and I know, and all of us here know, that you are ready for your life together. Nina's grandmother, Marilyn Arshaguni, was a lover and teacher of English literature and knew that love that lasts must ripen and grow. And on her behalf, I'd like to offer a second reading, a poem for Matt and Nina that expresses the timelessness and permanence of true love. It is Fidelity by D.H. Lawrence. Man and woman are like the earth that brings forth flowers in summer and love. But underneath is rock, older than flowers, older than ferns, older than foraminiferae, older than plasm altogether is the soul underneath. And when, throughout all the wild chaos of love, slowly a gem forms in the ancient, once more molten rock of two human hearts, two ancient rocks, a man's heart and a woman's, that is the crystal of peace, the slow, hard jewel of trust, the sapphire of fidelity, the gem of mutual peace emerging from the wild chaos of love. Matt and Nina, in you a gem of mutual peace truly has formed. It is timeless, lasting, ancient, and strong, and it provides the foundation for your promises to each other, expressed in the vows you have written, which I ask you now to share with each other in front of all these witnesses. Nina, why don't you begin?
A little over 6 years ago, you pursued a dream of exploring California. You hopped into a car and wholeheartedly committed to an adventure. At the time, you didn't know quite the adventure you were signing up for, but you were all in. It was a long 36-hour drive that eventually led you to me. Since then, we have built the kind of true partnership I always wanted to be a part of. The kind that, like Gail and Tim, and my mom and dad, that always stick together and build lives together. The kind that, like Grandma and Grandpa, who after 60 years, were still doing everything side by side. In support of what is best for each other, and always with the long view in mind. With you, I found a vulnerable and loving partnership, full of laughter and kindness. With a zest for travel, a hunger for the arts, love of music, and of course, ice cream. With you, I found the kind of love that makes me feel proud and lucky that you got into that car and took a leap with a person so different from you. A person from a culture you knew so little about, with a loud, rambunctious family who all want to cover you with butt cheeks and feed you strange but delicious foods. You have embraced the fire that I come from, and also found a way to foster and protect it. Together, we chase and honor our dreams and still enjoy the journey. Today, I promise to be your partner, to lift you up, to approach you with fairness and respect, to fill our home with love, to build my life with you, to know that our love is not a possession, but an opportunity for participation. I love being on your team and knowing you're on mine. I love how you show up, unexpectedly, right there where I need you, with a quiet integrity and intention to greet me with the privilege of your love. You inspire me to be better, to keep trying, to be lighthearted, to listen to myself and to you. This is the first day of my life, and as you predicted on a mixtape years ago, it was just the first. It is just the first. As we approach tomorrow and the next many thousands of days, I'm breathless to start, excited to be at your side. We can't foresee what lies ahead, but I know without a doubt we have the foundation we have built over the last 6.5 years, the lessons we've learned from Kevi and our grandmothers. We have the strength and the support from the loved ones around us. We have the strength to help us through the difficult days and to celebrate the joyful ones. Today we start our next adventure, and I know I could go anywhere with you, and I'd be happy.
And now Matt.
So you guys all know by now that I took this weird car trip out to California. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it from my perspective. My Nina. Before we met, I was searching for something in myself. I had ideas and dreams and a naive sense of curiosity, but it hadn't manifested into anything more than fantasy. Until one day, when opportunity came knocking, or in my case, rolling into the driveway of my parents' suburban home. I introduced 2 road-tripping strangers to my parents, having only shaken their hands for the first time myself just moments before ushering them in to try to explain my half-baked idea. I was going to California. For what? I have no idea. But the decision was done, and it was too late for me to second guess it. I met Nina less than 2 weeks after setting foot in LA for the first time. But it didn't make sense. I wasn't looking for love. I'd only be here for 3 months. I didn't have a car. I hardly knew anyone, and I barely had a grasp on this weird new adult version of myself. But as I clearly wasn't in the habit of following logic, I simply did what felt right, and I dove in. We spent nearly every single day of that summer together. Like we were living life in a movie montage, where all that existed were the best moments, and it's only a matter of time before the tape ran out. It was a blur of late night adventures, early morning giggles, and on Monday through Friday, 8 hours of pretending our relationship was strictly professional. I started quickly realizing that this journey I had taken, searching for some idealized piece of myself buried deep down inside of me, was simply misled. It wasn't inside me at all. It was staring lovingly back at me through dark, smiling eyes, a disarmingly contagious, open-mouthed grin, and a heart that works overtime, pumping life into anyone lucky enough to share even a brief moment with her. I found this person that embodied all these characteristics that I had never seen, felt, or heard before. You took on the world with such relentless grace. You put your people first, and yourself, well, first too. You simply made no compromises and somehow found time for both. You were vocal about your opinions and feelings, from your ability to debate nearly any topic, to the euphoric outbursts I've come to know as your happy skills. You let me into your world that summer, and I'll spend my lifetime celebrating the invitation that allowed a chance encounter to grow into the loving partnership we celebrate today. This fateful summer would have come to an end exactly 6 years ago this weekend. So it's only appropriate that we find ourselves back where it all began. Surrounded by the ones who supported the unknown, the ones whose advice got us through uncertain moments, the ones that made me work for it, the ones who couldn't be here, but whose gifts of wisdom will guide us through the rest of this adventure. And of course, all of the others we've been lucky enough to collect along the way. So, as we commemorate our past and celebrate the present, I want to share a few vows of commitment for our future. I promise to love you unconditionally. I promise to explore with you, to hunger to learn new things from the world as well as from each other. I promise to prioritize kissing you with the vital equivalence to breathing, never missing an opportunity to replenish, whether a quick head turn at a red light or a well-placed curve to lift you to eye level. I promise to celebrate our differences, to bring spontaneity to calculated itineraries, to support your fear of missing out, even if I want to call it an early night. I promise to adopt your family, your culture, and your history as my own. To graft branches from both sides of our family tree, and plant roots that run deep with our shared values and traditions. I promise to cherish our pillow, not only to grow old with you on it, but to treat it as a sacred space to end each day. A space where it's my duty to listen to your thoughts, encourage your ideas, and protect your dreams. love you. I will always love you. I'm honored to dedicate my life to being your partner, your best friend, and your new favorite word, husband.
You ready to go on, or should we wait a minute?
Ready.
We're ready. The exchange of wedding rings represents the vows and promises of the bride and groom, those vows that you have just heard from the heart. They signify to the world, Nina and Matt, that you are a part of someone special, and that someone special is a part of you. Started? Matt, repeat after me. Nina, I give you this ring
Nina, I give you this ring
as a reminder that I will love, honor, and cherish you
as a reminder that I will love, honor, and cherish you
in all times,
in all times,
in all places, and in all ways forever.
and in all ways.
Nina, as you place this ring on Matt's finger, please repeat after me. Matt, I give you this ring as a reminder that I will love, honor, and cherish you
As a reminder that I will love, honor, and cherish you
in all times,
in all times,
in all places, and in all ways forever.
in all ways.
The marriage ceremony of the Armenian Church is steeped in ritual and symbolism. The climax of the wedding service, following the exchange of vows and exchange of rings, is the rite of crowning, which we will engage in now. The crowns are the sign of the glory and honor with which God crowns the bride and groom during the sacrament. The three colors in the crowns, white, green, and red, symbolize respectively the purity with which the couple approaches the sacrament, the life that the spouses are starting together, and the sacrifice each is expected to make. The bride and groom are crowned under the protection and with the blessings of the Holy Cross as the king and queen of their own little kingdom, the home, which they will preside over with wisdom, justice, integrity, and loyalty. The rite of crowning is followed by the blessing of the cup of wine in remembrance of the marriage at Cana of Galilee, which was blessed by Christ's presence. The sharing of the cup of wine serves to impress upon the couple, on you, Matt and Nina, that from this moment on, you will share everything in life, joys as well as sorrows. see you flipped it. At the end of the service, the priest blesses the couple, asking Christ to protect them upon the wings of your holy and venerable cross. With the Lord's blessings protecting you as you begin your life together, it is now my pleasure and delight to pronounce you Matt Pugmire, Nina Arshiguni, husband and wife. You may kiss your bride.